Steffy sees Hope and Finn in a compromising position. At home, Steffy informed Finn she wasn't looking forward to heading to work. She claimed she loved her job, but there would be friction between Hope and Ivy at the office. Steffy noticed that Ivy was a forester and belonged there, unlike Hope. Finn suggested there must be a way for everyone to get along. "Okay, Carter," Steffy responded. Finn commented that it sounded like Carter was throwing his weight about. Steffy replied that Carter was a terrific COO, but something didn't feel right. She gave the example of Carter's new fixation with growing the firm into something it was never supposed to be. Steffy said that the manner Carter got behind HFTF, now that it was underperforming, was unusual. It's one thing to be friendly and supportive, but to be so vehemently pro-Hope? I don't know. I think somehow, in some way, Hope's gotten into this head, Steffy said. Finn encouraged Steffy to just remember that whatever Ivy or Hope did to rub her the wrong way didn't matter in the larger scheme of things. Finn stated it took him way too long to understand Steffy's concerns about Hope, but he got it now. Finn thought Hope was embarrassed about what she'd done and didn't think Steffy needed to worry about her anymore. Steffy left for work, but after she was gone, Finn noticed she had forgotten her iPad. In the designer's office, Hope told Carter she was in awe of him. Carter said he was tired of Steffy assaulting Hope and that she needs to get over herself. They had both heard that Ridge approved of bringing back the jewelry line, and they were glad that Steffy would have someone else to contend with. Love General Hospital, B&B, Days, or other soaps? Join the debate on our SC forums. Click here to interact with fans and get into discussions immediately. Carter noted that the revised plans for Brooke's bedroom were on a rack in the office. As Carter glanced at the objects, Hope advised him to be careful. "You know what happens when you see lingerie, you imagine me in it," Hope cooed. She hinted that he might be able to entice her into a modeling shoot. Hope and Carter had just began kissing when Brooke stepped in. Brooke advised them they had to be more careful if they wanted to keep their connection a secret. "You should know that Steffy, yet again, threatened me and Hope for the future," Hope told her parents. Hope repeated how Steffy grabbed credit for saving HFTF and how she had threatened Hope that if she crossed the line with Finn again, Steffy would terminate the line. "I guess she doesn't have to worry about that now," Brooke replied, hinting Hope was interested in Carter. "No, she does not," Hope said with a smile. Carter opened his phone but didn't have a message. "I thought I would have heard from Ridge today," Carter said. He asked Brooke if Ridge told her anything about how he felt about the proposal. Brooke stated she and Ridge hadn't talked about work. Carter observed that he hadn't heard from Eric either, and assumed he was being ghosted. Hope and Carter informed each other how much they believe in one another. Carter stated he would find out if Ridge believed in him and his idea as much as Hope did. Once alone, Hope raved to her mom about how exciting Carter's idea was, and that she thought it was right for the company. Hope went on about how much she believed in Carter, while her mom regarded her with curiosity and concern. Brooke cautiously urged Hope not to get her hopes up, but Hope believed Carter could convince everyone to join on board. Hope continued to persuade Brooke that it was the best possible option for the company, and urged they take the chance. Hope was convinced that Ridge would agree with the suggestion. "It's an easy yes," Hope insisted. Ridge saw Taylor in the CEO's office, and she told him that she was going to say hello to Steffy, but she wouldn't hang around and be a bother. Ridge encouraged Taylor to stay and remarked that when she smiles at him, it makes him more productive. Taylor praised him for all of his texts and phone calls. "It sounds silly, but it kept my spirits up," Taylor told him. "It wasn't supposed to be silly. I wanted you to know you're not alone," Ridge said. Taylor told Ridge she had seen Grace Buckingham the day before, and the doctor was delighted with her improvement. Taylor claimed her heart was not 100%, but she liked the stats. Taylor noted that Grace was happy to hear of their efforts with Chandra. Ridge agreed it was a moment he wouldn't forget and told Taylor how much he and everyone appreciated her. "I always thought the brain controls the body, but the heart does too," Taylor said Ridge. They agreed that Taylor wasn't out of the woods, but she had a bright future ahead. Just then, Carter strolled in. He apologized for interrupting, but hoped to share his proposition with Ridge. Ridge seemed apprehensive, but Carter began into his proposal all over again for Taylor's sake, bringing her up to speed on his notion to grow Forester by offering luxury brands and things. "Help me convince this man to make the best decision of his career," Carter implored Taylor. Carter repeated his talking points again. "I've done the research. We can pull this off. Just tell me when you're ready," Carter enthused to Ridge. Ridge reminded Carter that the decision was not just his, but also Steffy, Eric, and Brooks. Carter begged Ridge to at least agree that the company needed to grow. Ridge stated it just did, since he had relaunched the jewelry line. Carter complained they moved one stride forward and 2 steps back. Carter indicated that the jewelry line should help other lines, but thought Steffy and her constant threats to cancel HFTF were an issue. Carter said he didn't want Steffy's sentiments for Hope to damage one of Forester's most significant lines. "I hear what you're saying," Ridge said. "Do you hear me on expansion, too?" Carter asked. Carter hoped that, as his buddy, Ridge would back Carter up with Eric, Steffy, and Brooke. Ridge seemed astonished at Carter's plea, and added forcefully, "As your friend, I'll tell you we'll make a decision very soon." Alone in the designer's office, Hope sat at the desk and flashed back to looking at lingerie with Carter earlier. She described how she had informed Carter she might do a modeling session for him and then got an idea. She went up to the new collection, glanced through the goods, grabbed one, and ran behind the shifting screen. As Hope put on the lingerie, Finn stepped in with Steffy's tablet and looked on the desk to write a note. Hearing someone coming in, Hope yelled out, "Lock the door. I've been waiting for you." Finn saw Hope come from around the screen in lingerie and asked what she was doing. Startled that it was Finn and not Carter, Hope faltered and tripped over a cloth roll on the floor, tumbling upon Finn. As Steffy went in, she found Finn leaning back on the desk with Hope on top of him in lingerie. "Hope! You go off my hubby right now!" Steffy bellowed. Katie catches Brooke cheating with Bill, walks in on Major Ridge betrayal? The Bold and the Beautiful suggest that Brooke Logan may ultimately yield to temptation with Bill Spencer. There's always going to be a great attraction between Bill and Brooke, so it may come back into play soon enough. Brooke is a significant part of why Katie Logan was unwilling to welcome Bill back. Despite Katie's residual love for Bill and his desire to rebuild their family, she just can't trust that he actually wants her over her sister. Katie feels like Bill and Brooke may be together if her connection with Ridge Forester weren't standing in the way. Since Brooke is on the edge of colliding with Ridge big time, that could push her back in Bill's path. It looks like Ridge will put his support behind Steffy Forester, Jacqueline McInnes Wood, as she cuts Hope for the future. Hope Logan is Brooke's daughter, so you can guarantee Brooke will be furious at Ridge backing Steffy up, especially if Steffy wants Hope entirely fired. Whatever the case, Brooke may feel angry with Ridge and vent to Bill soon after. It could lead to Brooke hitting the sheets with Bill as a means to cope with all the Forester stress. Brooke and Bill aren't known for having amazing restraint around each other, especially when the narrative calls for a nice dose of cheating. If Bill and Brooke do kick off a new cheating chapter, it could be Katie who walks in and discovers it. Katie might decide she's prepared to give Bill one more chance after all, only to find Brooke scantily dressed with him during or after a private romp. This might entirely seal the door on Bill's reunion attempts with Katie and leave her thinking she was right to worry about his eternal link with Brooke. Katie might potentially wind up with some stunning information for Ridge if she feels forced to reveal the treachery news. Bottom line, B&B's been putting up some warning signs about Bill and Brooke reconnecting passionately, so we'll bring you more predictions on how that might go down. The Bold and the Beautiful suggest Brooke and Bill may not be able to resist each other, so stay into the CBS soap. CDL will have other excellent Bold and the Beautiful spoilers, predictions, updates, and news to check out, so make us your top B&B source. Power Chaos, Ridge's Stance, Forester Creations Catastrophe. The Bold and the Beautiful are here. In tomorrow's episode, fans may anticipate Ridge Forester to make a choice about Steffy Forester Finnegan. Coming up on The Bold and the Beautiful. That could create complications for Brooke Logan. Plus, Plus, how will Carter Walton respond to Hope Logan's termination? Keep reading to find out what is coming up in the next episode of the CBS soap opera. The Bold and the Beautiful Steffy Forrester Finnegan's Rage. B&B tell that Steffy found Hope on top of John Finnegan. While it was an accident, Steffy is convinced Hope was trying something with Finn. Steffy demanded to know why Hope was in lingerie. Hope realized if she said for Carter, that would put both of their employment at risk. Hope wouldn't oust Carter, but now she's without a job. As fans know, HFTF is a vital aspect of Hope. Must read, B&B, Hope and Carter's rival house changes everything for Zend, Ivy, and Elektra. B&B Hope Logan fired. Fans just witnessed as Steffy fired Hope, which also spells the end of HFTF. Brooke will undoubtedly try to plead to Ridge on Hope's behalf. However, Ridge's stance might greatly upset Brooke. In fact, it could put even farther gap between Ridge and Brooke. When Carter finds out about Hope's termination, he will be outraged. However, Steffy will undoubtedly tell Carter her account of the events. It won't sound like Hope to Carter, and he will likely inquire what really happened. When Hope tells Carter the lingerie act was for him, not Finn, he could take serious action. That dramatic approach could lead to Carter losing his own job, though. The Bold and the Beautiful Ridge Forrester stance. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers for Friday, November 1st state that Steffy will demand that Ridge back her in the decision to fire Hope. Must read, The Bold and the Beautiful Hope gets caught on a massive lie. Ridge will do just that. Not only is Steffy Ridge's daughter, but he warned Brooke that the Hin shenanigans could not happen again. After hearing about lingerie-clad Hope being on top of Finn, Ridge will agree that she needs to depart. B&B. It is speculated that Ridge endorsing Steffy will be a stunning move. I'm not sure how as Ridge is Steffy's father and normally does back her decisions. It is also believed that it throws the balance of power into turmoil. It sounds like everyone at Forrester Creations will need to take sides. Maybe Hope won't be the only one out of a job by the end of the week. Steffy calls security on Hope, Ridge backs up firing decision. The Bold and the Beautiful indicate that Ridge Forrester will offer Steffy Forrester the assistance she's pushing for. Steffy recently dismissed Hope Logan because of that whole John Finnegan, Tanner Novlin thing, so she's banking on Ridge to back her up. Ridge will absolutely stand by Steffy's decision on Friday's B&B episode, therefore Hope will officially be given the boot. Since Dick Christie will make an appearance as Charlie Weber, it sounds like Steffy may go as far as calling security to have Hope removed out of the premises. Carter Walton has been busy conversing with Deacon Sharp and Sheila Sharp at Il Giardino, so he has no idea that all this drama has gone down. Hope could have told Steffy the truth about putting on lingerie for Carter, but she opted to keep the news of their romance to herself. That's probably because Hope doesn't want to do anything that would damage Carter's latest push to make Forrester a major luxury brand. However, Carter obviously won't stand by and let Steffy terminate Hope over a misunderstanding that could easily be fixed up. Will Carter return to the office and admit that Hope was putting on lingerie for him? Carter might persuade Steffy that Hope isn't interested in Finn since they've kicked off a new romance in secret. Of course, Steffy may worry if that's true or if this is just Carter's effort to play knight in shining armor. Regardless, Steffy can argue that the trust has been damaged and stand by her choice to cut Hope loose. Carter might walk away from Forrester over this, or even get fired himself, depending on how things play out with Steffy. Brooke Logan will also have some strong feelings regarding Hope's unexpected termination from the organization. Although Brooke may back Hope up about her slide upon Finn being an accident, this scenario has blown out of control. Steffy doesn't appear likely to settle down about Hope anytime soon, so she may dig her heels in when it comes to Hope's Forrester career being ended. Our projections point to much more Forrester-Logan enmity arising out of this debacle, so we'll bring you updates on all the mayhem. The Bold and the Beautiful predict Steffy's rage toward Hope will continue and create some dissension at the office. Hope and Carter's rival house changes everything for Zend, Ivy, and Elektra. Hope and Carter's rival house changes everything for Zend, Ivy, and Elektra. The Bold and the Beautiful and updates indicate Steffy Forrester is on the edge of a huge meltdown. Whether she decides to sever relations with Hope Logan, let go of Carter Walton, or do both choices, huge transformations are on the horizon at Forrester Creations. The Bold and the Beautiful, might Hope Logan and Carter jump ship? Could this suggest that Hope and Carter may seek possibilities elsewhere? While they had big objectives at Forrester, they could very well pivot and chase their desires in a fresh path. B&B spoilers: Hope and Carter's rival house changes everything for Zend, Ivy, and Elektra. Although Carter's aim of developing a big luxury brand may not be viable at the present, he and Hope may join forces to launch a competitive fashion line. If Steffy decides to separate ways with one or both of them at Forrester Creations, it might ignite some ambitious ideas for Hope and Carter. It's not hard to picture them believing they can develop a fashion house that embraces a more inventive approach. And the big question is, will their other teammates at Forrester hop ship with them? B&B who'll go with them to the new fashion house? Could Zend Forrester Dominguez consider quitting Forrester Creations if Hope and Carter provide a persuasive proposal? It's highly plausible that Zend would be enticed to join them on their new enterprise. The same might apply to Ivy Forrester and Elektra Forrester if Steffy continues to create difficulties for them. One thing is for sure, Steffy won't take kindly to Ridge Forrester dismissing her displeasure of the revived jewelry line. Steffy might redirect her aggravation onto Ivy, rejecting every design she proposes, resulting to a tense atmosphere where Ivy finds it impossible to satisfy Steffy, potentially driving her to her breaking point. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers: serious competition ahead for Forrester Creations? Carter and Hope might possibly have the opportunity to establish a dynamic team involving Zend, Ivy, and Elektra for their competing fashion house. If Brooke Logan's, Catherine Kelly Lang, relationship with Ridge doesn't work out, she may perhaps join their ranks as well. Regarding funding, Carter has already shown his willingness to invest some of his own money into Forrester's future. He may redirect those cash towards a new venture with Hope instead. Meanwhile, Liam Spencer, Scott Clifton, wanting to get Hope back, would persuade Bill Spencer, Don Diamont, to invest as part of his plan to reignite their romance. B&B spoilers: expect Dollar Bill to want in on the deal. Of course, we can expect for Dollar Bill to want in on the deal if Liam persuades him to invest. This gives an excellent chance for Bill to impose his power over the Forresters, something he cherishes. Will Spencer, Crew Morrow, could potentially push Bill to make an investment if he sees potential in Elektra, his latest romantic interest. It's probable that Will trail Elektra to Hope's squad, pressing Bill to supply the required funds. Regardless of how it unfolds, upcoming spoilers hint that Steffy's rivalry with Hope is going to increase considerably, so stay tuned for all the latest developments in this building feud. Carter breaks from Forrester Creations and starts new company with Hope? The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers record that Carter Walton, Lawrence St. Victor, is in a tough place. His unreserved support of Hope Logan, Annika Noel, is putting him at odds with his boss, Steffy Forrester Finnegan, Jacqueline McInnes Wood. Presenting a concept to the top brass was brave, but Carter's personal sentiments for Hope spurred him to make a pitch he had developed in recent years. Eric Forrester, John McCook, decided that Carter's ambitions were too much. Rich Forrester, Torsten Kay, agreed with his father, mixing the idea of developing Forrester Creations into a luxury brand that stretches beyond fashion. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers: Carter breaks from Forrester Creations and starts new company with Hope? The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers: Hope Logan embraces new direction. Hope continues to be threatened by Steffy, who is justified in not trusting her long-standing opponent. If the circumstances were reversed and Steffy made a play for Hope's husband, let's assume Liam Spencer, Scott Clifton, and Brooke Logan, Catherine Kelly Lang, would side with her daughter fully. But this isn't an imaginary situation. Hope went after John Finnegan, Tanner Novlin, to prove a point to Steffy, and it didn't work. Hope's failure to force Finn to cheat on Steffy backfired tragically. So much so that Steffy warned Hope for the future will be cut if she ever went after Finn again. So, Noel's character is adopting a new direction. B&B spoilers: Brooke Logan is on board. Brooke was astonished to discover Carter and Hope in an unexpected position in the design office. But Lang's character accepted their explanation and is on board with Carter backing Hope. Having a solid business mind means that Brooke knows Carter's backing is ideal for Hope, or at least she believes it is. Brooke adjusts to Ridge's objection to Carter's business growth plan as long as her husband doesn't stand with Steffy on pulling the plug on HFTF. Ridge is in a good situation, and Brooke hopes to keep that accomplished stability, primarily because of Taylor Hayes, Rebecca Budig, poor health status. Brooke realizes she needs to effectively handle Ridge's support for Taylor and balance how she backs Hope at work. The bold and the beautiful spoilers, Carter Walton wants to invest. Carter made an impassioned plea. He believes upgrading FC into a diverse premium brand would pay dividends, even claiming he would spend his money in the project. Eric's prominent eyebrows were lifted when Carter mentioned leveraging his capital. But that didn't persuade Eric to accept Carter's huge notion. A situation where FC cuts HFTF owing to poor performance could result in Carter keeping Hope's line alive as a distinct organization. Viewers might envisage the possibilities of a breakaway business that includes Carter's concept of being a luxury brand destination. It would be good soap. Sheila grosses out Carter, Steffy fires Hope over Finn seduction. The bold and the beautiful claims that Steffy Forrester ripped into Hope Logan for trying to seduce John Finn Finnegan again and wondered what the world she was thinking. Finn hurried to explain, but Steffy recognized he had nothing to do with this. Steffy was sure this was another attempt at seduction even though Hope insisted she had no idea Finn would be there. Finn was sent to the hospital, but Steffy carried on her dispute with Hope on Thursday's B&B episode. If Finn wasn't the one Hope was charming, Steffy wanted the name of the person she put on lingerie for. Hope couldn't provide a solution, therefore Steffy ultimately determined that Hope's line was discontinued and that Hope herself was done at Forrester Creations. Hope was fired, Steffy suggested, and she should start packing right now. Brooke Logan told Taylor Hayes in the CEO office that Hope no longer exhibited interest in Finn, but Taylor seemed skeptical. Ridge Forrester was stuck in the middle as Taylor stated maybe this was merely a lull before Hope acted wildly again. Later, outraged Steffy updated Ridge and Taylor on what she had observed at the design firm. Steffy claimed she wanted Ridge to support her after she told Hope she was let go. Carter Walton stopped at Il Giardino for a pizza and looked at what Sheila Sharp had done for Halloween. Although Sheila herself was possibly the most proud of all, Deacon Sharp was stunned by her handwork. Sheila dressed a witch costume and prepared a unique Eye of Newt cocktail as Halloween was her favorite holiday. After Sheila started up some bedroom conversation with Deacon, Carter felt spooked out. Sheila advised Carter not to be such a prude or else she may change him into a toad or lizard. Carter also wasn't interested in Sheila's toe goodies, although she was proud of those, too. At one point, Deacon admitted he heard something was going on between Carter and Hope. However, Deacon just meant Carter's support and offered his thanks as he appreciated Carter being in Hope's corner. Carter made a prediction about the amazing things ahead at Forrester and anticipated Hope to be part of them. The bold and the beautiful state Carter will soon get the sad news that Steffy removed Hope from the firm. Sheila's Halloween, Steffy's fiery hammer, Hope punished. The bold and the beautiful are here. In tomorrow's episode, fans will finally see Sheila Carter Sharp, Kimberlyn Brown, get into the Halloween mood. Meanwhile, Steffy Forrester Finnegan is filled with rage. That rage spurs a choice that will impact Forrester Creations forever. Keep reading, and let's debate about what is coming up in the next episode of the CBS soap opera. Sheila Carter's Witchy Halloween. B&B indicate that Sheila will get into the holiday mood. The Halloween festival, that is. Sheila dresses up as a witch and goes around decorating Il Giardino for the scary festival. A snapshot displays Sheila wearing a lovely black dress, but made up as a witch. Sheila is seen looking over a saucepan, which is bubbling. There is another clip that shows Sheila and Deacon Sharp, Sean Cannon, chatting to Carter Walton, Lawrence St. Victor, at the bar. Sheila is still clothed in her costume, but it's not definite what day that sequence will air. B&B spoilers, Hope Logan's trip. On Hope, Logan will scramble to explain. However, no matter what Hope says, Steffy won't believe her. Steffy is still interested by Hope kissing John Finnegan during Eric Forrester's party for Brooke's bedroom. Even though Hope wanted to dress up for Carter, it was Finn who she fell into. John Finnegan's messy situation. The Bold and the Beautiful show that Finn went to Forrester Creations to drop off Steffy's iPad. When Finn found Hope was behind the changing area, he didn't have much time to react or say anything. Before Finn knew it, Hope was on top of him and Steffy was gazing from the door. This would not only damage Hope's fashion line, but Steffy could accuse Finn of colluding as well. The Bold and the Beautiful. Fans can anticipate Steffy's fury to cause a business move that will send tremors throughout Forrester Creations. It is stated that Steffy's executive choice will affect everything. So, what will Steffy do, and what does it mean for Hope, Finn, Carter, and everyone else? It seems this issue will have everyone taking sides, and that might complicate matters even further. Which tale are you looking forward to witnessing the most on Thursday, October 31st, 2024? What are your expectations for Steffy, Finn, Hope, and Carter? What does the future hold for Sheila, Deacon, Brooke Logan, Catherine Kelly Lang, and the rest of the characters? Steffy has a two-word response to finding Hope with Finn: "You're fired." Are you trying to seduce him again? Demands Steffy, picking up where yesterday's episode left off. And undoubtedly, things look bad, what with Hope somewhat sorta laying on top of Finn. By the way, why did Finn bring his wife's computer to the design office instead of, the one in which she works? Oh, right, narrative point. Hope thinks that Steffy has utterly misread the situation. But considering that she can't precisely publicize her association with Carter, things don't go particularly well. Steffy is loaded for bear and furious with her longtime rival. I swear to God, if the next words coming out of your mouth are "you're totally mistaken," I'm going to lose my mind. Steffy snaps. And why, she thinks, is Hope wearing lingerie, if not for Finn? Who else would it have been for?